questionable platform in a lot of areas, most notably when it comes to games that are releasing on the storefront. A lot of these games lack quality control, which is why there are so many bargain bin games that don't work or are nowhere near a finished state. In fact, for the longest time, Steam allowed really weird games to release on their platform. One game being called Rape Day. No, that's not a joke. Of course, Steam unlisted the game, but the fact that a game like that would make it onto the store in the first place is baffling. I didn't realize Steam had such a problem with bargain bin games until I watched a video that highlighted the problem. Out of all the games the dude played, there was this one that stood out from the rest. Sort of like how there were probably so many unfinished games like Big Rigs, but that specific game is the prime example for unfinished games. And this is also an unfinished game that also needed a ton more polish. The game I will be discussing is Captivity, one of the worst horror games on Steam, and I'll get into why. This game's standard price is $1. One measly dollar. It's probably the price they thought they could get away with maximum. This game is fucking horrible. To show you why, let's play this turd. Captivity is supposed to be a survival horror game. The game starts and we move around, and then we're stopped in our tracks with some text telling us that our unspecified protagonist is going to an unspecified motel to look for his unspecified friend because the police won't help. Just text. There's barely a goddamn story. What you'll immediately notice is that the audio is so damn loud. You'd go deaf if you put it at max volume. Thankfully I had forewarning. I suspect they just made the game loud to cover their asses in how scary the game actually was. If you make the game loud, you'll give the audience more of a shock. That is so cheap. Who the hell looked at this game and thought it was worth ever releasing? The starting area could have just been a cutscene, because there's only really one objective: find a key. Looking around for the key, we find, what the shit? This door opens to a wall? What dimwit dumbass idiot put that there? Deleting objects is one of the most basic things you can do in a 3D engine, or really any engine. Did anyone play test this game? The sound effects are so stock. The male jumping sound effect I recognize from somewhere. I don't know what, but I do recognize it. If you're going into this game with no prior knowledge, you're probably gonna spend a good 5 minutes looking for the key. And the key is in some motel grass. You get the damn key and open the door to the motel room where you truly see how horrid this garbage is. Look at those graphics. You could run them on a goddamn potato. Anyways, you will be knocked out entering a certain room and it loads the next level. Given how powerful my computer is, I'm surprised it takes more than 5 seconds to load this insult to gamers. Anyways, we move around for a bit before we stop in our tracks for some text. Jesus, is it that hard to program the text to pop up before we are given control of the player character? Because it feels like this game is stopping in its tracks for no reason. Anyways, the first big problem is that you can't see where you're going in this basement. It might take you a solid 5 minutes to get out of the basement because of the poor lighting. I thought it was bad when Slender Man games gave you no directions, but this is even worse. Anyways, you make it out of the basement and you walk around like a dumbass figuring out where to go. You see a locked door, and I didn't realize that the key was in the room where these two weirdo creeps are standing, facing the television. These two dudes will not attack you unless you walk right in front of them. They must be so consumed by the Rangers game that their eyes and ears are on the television. Well, anyways, you're supposed to get a key from behind them, and then we go to unlock the... Fuck you! I have no way of preparing for that other guy who just spawned there. Assholes. So I go back to that area and run past the guy. What reeks of lazy programming is the fact that the enemies cannot open doors, so you can just avoid them that way. So anyways, we make it to the next level where you are given your first weapon, a knife. One goddamn knife. And if you think that makes the game any less horrible, you're mistaken. This game is literally a one-hit kill challenge, so save often. And at least the programmers gave you the courtesy of having a save feature. So anyways, I walk up the stairs and see a door, and I go to open the door and I die. What happened? It's a door a hazard too? No, it's just that the collision is awful. There were 3 guys on the other side, and they killed me, but I can't kill them on the other side. Assholes. The strategy is to go to a position where the enemies can walk through the fence, which is oh so horrible collision, and time your attack since it's a one-hit death. But one of these dipshits still can't pass through, so you have to jump over and attack them. Why couldn't it be just like a normal fucking game? Anyways, we get to the next level. The levels are so damn short once you know what's coming. We pick up a chainsaw, or at least a version of it that would suit a poor man's Doom 2, and look here, we see that the enemies magically appear in front of us. Could they at least spawn them when we can't see them? Jesus Christ! These enemies also jiggle around, so you can't just ram your chainsaw into them. Next level, you get a weapon. A pistol. I immediately tested the weapon out and assumed that the gun had infinite ammo, because given the rest of the game, why wouldn't it be? But nope, the gun has a limit. Shit! But I thought, well, I guess I'll come across more clips later. We also have to do the horrendous strategy of timing your attacks, and you get to these 2 jackasses who will shoot you. I suddenly realized that's what you use the pistol for. Problem is, I was out of bullets, so instead, I opted to jump around like a ninja with the knife. Nope, didn't work. You need the gun. So I had to start the whole game over again so I could get the pistol and then I could progress. But all that work was for nothing, because guess what? It crashes loading the next level. So I had a look on YouTube, and the game doesn't get any better, and it even has a crappy plot twist ending. What is the twist, you may ask? It turns out that you were under the influence of drugs and were killing random people. Yeah, I don't care. What kind of ending was that? Since the game crashed a ton of times, the other annoying bug this game has is when you die, you sometimes don't even go to the main menu. You just spawn at the start of the level on the floor or something. That's really all I can talk about. That's all this game has to offer. This game is a crime against humanity. This game is the reason Steam needs quality standards on their website. This trash is something an amateur programmer would make. Crap like this should not be on Steam. I only played it so I could prove to all of you what a horrendous hunk of garbage this is. Seriously, who made this game? The credits on YouTube don't give out any names, so if the developers are watching,
I will find you, and I will kill you.